Hi, this is another exciting video from Northwest Gas Certificates. Changing a wired smoke alarm. This existing smoke alarm is a Kidde. It's interlinked with two other smoke alarms in the property. One of those is a heat alarm in the kitchen, all Kidde. So I've turned the power off at the mains. I'm lucky that the smoke alarms are on their own ring and I can just isolate the smoke alarms. As you can see, this should have been replaced in 2017, so it is 7 years out of date. So as you see, I just used my screwdriver to push that little tab in and then I twisted it clockwise. I've got my new volt pen that I just recently bought, and as it's a new volt pen, I've realised it might flash, but as long as it's not beeping, we're good to go. As you can see, we're getting a beep from the 230 volts at the light switch. So, confident we can get on with this alarm now. That by just squeezing them in, that pops out of the alarm. So what this alarm consists of here, it's got a little plate that I'm going to remove now, and then under that is a back plate. The back plate is an additional part that you can change if you like. I don't change it on this video, I'll leave the existing one there. You might also find on your alarm you don't have a back plate, and a lot of the wiring and bits are actually in your ceiling. But the back plate does make it easier because you can see all your connections are exposed and they're easy to get to. So as you can see, I've took that top plate off with them two screws, slid it off. So we've got three wires there. We've got a live, a neutral, and we've got the white wire, which is the wire that connects that smoke alarm with the other smoke alarms in the house. So if you haven't got any other smoke alarms in the house, you've only got the one, you'll only have the two wires, the brown, which is the live, and the blue, which is the neutral. The white wire you won't use, and it'll just be a two-wire connection. So that's the connecting wire there. As you can see, the person who's wired the house has put a little brown sleeve on there to indicate it's actually live, it's connecting to the other smoke alarm, so be cautious. So I'm going to do one wire at a time. So we're disconnecting the brown, which is the live, and then we're going to pick the new connector up, which came out of the box. Instead of the white wire, we have a red wire. So we've still got the brown and blue, but the red wire is replacing the white wire. So we've got a few bits there. Don't really need them fixing screws, but we've got a new top plate there. And we've got the alarm. So we get the new cable and we put the brown wire in where the old brown wire was removed, and we tighten it up. All pretty straightforward, just take your time. So now we're going to remove the white wire, which again is the wire or the connection associated with that alarm communicating, well, communicating with the other two alarms in the house. So they're all interconnected, so if one alarm goes off, they all go off. So we remove the white wire and we're going to put this red one in. The pink, we take that's got a little cover on for some reason. Possibly it's got a cover on actually, because if you haven't got other alarms in the house and they're not interconnected and you don't use that pink wire, which you wouldn't use, you can just leave that cover on and it's safe rather than have to tape it up. So the pink wire goes in replace of the white one. Neutral out and a new neutral in. And all we've got to do is tighten that neutral up. Some people get worried about doing electrics. I'm not a big fan, but you are allowed to replace things like for like. There's nothing wrong with disconnecting some wires and reconnecting some new wires, like we're doing with this alarm installation. If you're wanting an additional smoke alarm putting in the house, then I would call an electrician. Right, to insert this top plate, I've just undone one of them screws because you will not get it on. But if you've got one screw there, you can actually slide that screw on and we can rotate it and get it in the correct centered position, and then tighten that screw up a little bit to hold it in place. Yeah, this one. You can see it's pretty centered now, and we can just see where we need to get the second screw. But yeah, I removed one of the screws just to make it easier. I don't think you get it on with both screws there. So second screw on, tighten it up. As you can see, the back plate is a little bit discoloured, so some people might want to change the back plate to a nice white one. This is a rental property I was working at. They weren't too fussed, so we just left it in place. But it's not too tricky to replace the back plate, to be fair. It's pretty much the same sort of work. You're just replacing the same amount of wires as we're doing now. So we clip this new connector into the smoke alarm. You want to make sure the left and right little tabs there are pushed right in and they actually click, because it can feel like they won't go in and then it just falls off again. So make sure it clicks really quite tightly into place. We can put the electricity back on now to the smoke alarms. We can pull the tab out for the battery, and we do that after we've turned the power on according to the instructions. So power on, tab for the battery pulled out, push the alarm on, twist it and click, and then we can test it. This was a Kidde's Mains KF20 smoke alarm. Hope it helped. Thanks a lot for watching.